In this lesson, we'll be digging a little bit deeper into advanced analytics. So Google Analytics can help you track and retarget customers with its many different views and options. It is such a powerful tool, but it can be a little bit complex to use. We will cover some more detail about how to use it and some more advanced options that are available to you and how to get the most out of the data. This is by no means everything you need to know about Google Analytics, but it will give you an idea of exactly what is possible, and you can either instruct developers if you are working on a large account or search around for the very advanced help file that is Google Analytics and that they offer, and then you can have a look and find out some more later. So if we look at campaign and conversion tracking, we've looked at how you use the basics of Google Analytics to trace traffic from Facebook, Twitter, and other referral domains, but you might want to get into a little bit more detail. So by adding what we call UTM parameters, Google Analytics will let you find out exactly how an ad on Facebook is working or which tweet on Twitter that led to a conversion. UTM parameters, these are tags that Google Analytics identify things, and these are about the link-led visitors to your business. Once you have started using URLs with custom UTM parameters, you can drill down to see the exact results on your analytics profile. This can be found under traffic sources and then campaigns. In here you can see different campaigns and track how your campaign has led to conversions based on your goals that you had originally set up in Google Analytics. We will cover how to set these goals shortly. So if we look at AdWord campaigns, these reports focus specifically on traffic from your AdWord campaigns. It will give you an overview of the campaign and help you to understand exactly how effective that campaign was in attracting users, how engaged the users were and how they got to your website, and how much money these users are spending. You can sort this data table by the metric that is most important, and you can click on the column header for that metric. You can also click on a campaign or ad group and drill down and view metrics from here and get a more granular level of figures. Consider optimizing any campaigns or ad groups that are underperforming according to your advertising goals. Let's look at custom campaigns. These are set up and are allowing you to track ad campaigns so that you've got the parameters to the destination URLs that you have been using for ad campaigns. This means you can collect information about the overall efficiency of those campaigns, as well as understand exactly where and which campaigns are more effective. There are 5 different parameters that you can add to your URLs: source, medium, campaign, term, and content. Each parameter must be paired with a value that you assign. So each parameter value pair then contains campaign-related information. These will allow you to identify specific attributes of your advertising and will allow you to track the conversions as a result. So to see custom campaign data, you would need to sign into your Google Analytics, navigate to your view, open the report section, then select acquisition and campaigns. Advanced segments. So Google provides a lot of online reports showing your data in various different ways. But sometimes when you want to drill down even further, you want to get to some more specifics. Advanced segments will help you do this. So for example, if you look at traffic sources, you're looking at an advanced segment based on all visits by default. But you could apply another segment so that you instead display the exact same information, except you only want to view the returning visitors. You can use predefined advanced segments or set up your own segment builder. So your URL builder, as we've mentioned before, you can track conversions in Google Analytics by this defined goal with a special URL that reveals the exact source of the click. So by adding these parameters to a URL, you can capture exact data for a campaign. So let's have a look. If you can track specific results like traffic coming to your website from people clicking on a particular newsletter as part of a particular campaign, You can then create your URLs by hand, or you can use the URL builder. The Google Analytics URL builder will allow you to tag the URLs with custom campaign tracking parameters, and when you access it, you simply fill out a form by inserting your landing page URL, along with the rest of the campaign details. The URL builder will take your details and return the URL with the appropriate tracking parameters. You then take the new URL and use it in your campaign and place it in place of your actual standard URL. So Google Analytics will assume that anybody that clicks this URL in this campaign, consequently, it will attribute any actions that are taken with this campaign as well. You can track conversions in Google Analytics via a defined goal and special URL that reveals the exact source of the click. So by adding specific parameters, you get the exact data of the campaign. Let's look at filtering. So view filters in Google Analytics allows you to limit or modify the data in order to investigate subsets of that data. So for example, you can use filters to include only data from specific subdomains or directories, and you need edit permission at the account level in order to manage filters. There are basic filters as well as custom filters. In the basic, you can do things like exclude or include only traffic from a specific domain. For example, you can track only conversions that come through from Facebook, or you can track only traffic to a particular subdirectory of your website. The custom filters allow you to do more advanced filtering to match patterns and matches some of the common ways in which filters are used. And maybe you want to exclude traffic from your intranet, or you want to exclude specific directory traffic from your data. For example, if you're a general fashion retailer, you may want to analyze a customer's purchasing habits, excluding your kids' clothing section because you know that the adult's purchasing behavior is different when purchasing for themselves versus the kids. There are some important limitations here. So an important one is installing filters permanently alter the hits, and you should always maintain an unfiltered view of your data so you always have access to a full data view set. Filters require up to 20 hours before they are applied to your data. Also, you should note that filters are applied after your data has been processed. When we segment, so a segment is a subset of your analytics data. So for example, of your entire set of users, one segment might be users from a particular country or a city. So by using segments, you can isolate and analyze those subsets of data to track differences in their behavior. You can also use segments as the basis for advertising audiences. So for example, you can create one for users who visit your kids' clothes page and then target just those users. A segment is made up of more filters, one or more, and it isolates these subsets of users and sessions of hits. You can include filters for users, sessions, and hits in the same segment. For example, you can segment your audience and track just users in France with the filter to split out only those who have made previous purchase with you. This is really useful in tracking different audience behaviors in different markets and demographics, and you can then design your marketing campaign around these results. So if we look at goals in Google Analytics will measure how well your website fulfills your objectives. It allows you to track a conversion, like for example, someone making a purchase or signing up to a newsletter. Having properly configured the goals, as we've mentioned before, allows analytics to provide you with valuable information on the number of conversions and the conversion rate for your site. If you don't have them set up properly, you'll need to create goals in Google Analytics for the conversions you want to track. To create your goal in Google Analytics, go to Admin in the navigation bar and click Goals under View. Then you'll click plus New Goal. The wizard will then take you through creating your first Google Analytic goal. Remember the three basic options. You have a goal template, creating custom goals, or creating smart goals. Goal templates will help you set goals in alignment with your business goals. So the goal templates are industry specific, and you need to make sure that you have defined an industry in the properties section. The next option is custom goals, and there are 4 types. So So remember, you've got destination, duration, your page screens per sessions, and event. In addition, Google Analytics also have something called SMART goals, which are specifically designed to help AdWords advertisers who may not have enough conversions to use the AdWords optimization tools. When you have SMART goals enabled, Analytics automatically evaluates your website visits and assigns each one a score, with the best visits being translated into SMART goals. So once you have set up a goal, you will click Verify this goal and to test your goal setup. This will set off to calculate a conversion rate for the goal based on your data from the past 7 days. After that, Google Analytics will start to track your goal's performance and attribute it to appropriate success. Goals can be applied to specific pages or screens for users' visits. They can track how many pages or screens they view in a session, how long they stay on your site, and the events they trigger while they are there. So tracking specific value lets you focus on the highest value conversions, such as the transactions with a minimum purchase amount. Funnels for destination goals. With a destination goal, you can specify the exact path you expect your visitor to take. This path is called a funnel. By specifying and tracking the individual steps in a funnel, you'll be able to see exactly where a user enters and exits that path on the way towards your goal. This could help you work out which pages on the path are not performing at their optimum level. When setting up goals for URLs, there are 3 different match types that define how Analytics identifies a URL for either goal or a funnel. So equals to means your goal or funnel have to exactly match every character in your URL. You can use this when your URLs are uncomplicated and they're static. The begins with matches will identical character starting from the beginning of the string right up to and including the last character in the string that you've specified. Use this option when your page URLs are generally unvarying, but when they include additional parameters at the end which you may want to exclude. The regular expression match type uses special characters to enable wildcard and flexible matching. This is really useful when parameters can vary in URLs for the same web page. You can verify that you have written a goal URL correctly by searching for the page in the Pages report using the exact URL or a regular expression you want to use in creating your goal. If you are able to successfully view pages you expect after doing a search, you can safely assume your URL or expression will work here.